Hey everyone, welcome. Today, we're taking a quick snapshot of the Cardano ecosystem, but we're not just going to look at charts and code. Nope, we're going to explore this whole thing like it's a living, breathing digital world that's just buzzing with activity. Let's dive in and see what's really making it tick.
So what does that even mean? What does a thriving digital ecosystem actually look like? It's a great question to start with because it really frames everything we're about to see. It's not just about the price of a token, it's about life.
And here's the answer. Really, it all boils down to three things. A healthy ecosystem has this constant hum, a rhythm. You see it constantly growing, you see its own people, its citizens, actively shaping its future, and you see real, tangible ways for them to share in the value that's being created. So today, we're going to look at each of those pillars.
All right, first up, growth. How does a digital nation like this actually expand its borders and its influence? It's about reaching new people, new markets, kind of like a city forging new alliances. Let's see how Cardano's pulling it off. This slide is perfect because it shows two completely different growth strategies happening at the exact same time. On one side, you've got the huge blockbuster move, Farmroll teaming up with a global sports giant like Paris Saint-Germain. That's all about grabbing a massive worldwide audience. But then, on the other side, you have this super targeted grassroots effort from Nuvola, putting a community leader on the ground in Japan to build a real local presence. It's like a classic pincer movement, go big and go local, all at once.
And get this isn't just some fancy symbolic title. The ambassador's role is all about deep, practical work. They're not just translating a few documents, they are building the local community from the ground up, helping out local operators, and creating a direct line of feedback to the core team. This is the difference between just being available in a country and truly building a presence there. It's a huge deal.
And growth isn't just about getting bigger. It's also about getting more professional. Take Iagon, for example. They just cleared their vendor due diligence, which, is basically a super intense background check for businesses. Passing this is like a green light for the big players, signaling to large companies that they're a safe, reliable partner. This is the kind of stuff that's absolutely crucial for attracting serious enterprise-level adoption. It's a huge sign of maturity for the whole ecosystem.
Okay, so that's growth. But how does this all build on itself? Well, that brings us to our second pillar. We're going to shift focus now from all that external growth to the internal pulse of the ecosystem, governance. This is where the community itself gets to decide the rules of the road.
And wow, this slide is a perfect example of how tricky this stuff can get. So Wingriders got this big, unexpected airdrop of tokens. And that was only possible because of the funds its users, the liquidity providers, put into the system. So now they have a really tough choice. Who gets this windfall? Option 1 is to give it right back to the people whose money made it happen. That seems fair, right? It could attract more money in the future. But option 2 is to reward the long-term, loyal holders of the platform's own token. So it really comes down to this. Do you reward the capital or the loyalty? There's no easy answer, and the community is right in the middle of figuring it out.
And this isn't just a one-off thing. You've got projects like Metera literally taking ideas straight from their community chats and turning them into formal proposals that everyone can vote on. This shows a real trend towards bottom-up decision-making, where users aren't just customers, they're actually co-creators of the platform's future.
16. What in the world is that number about? Well, get this. That is the number of consecutive sold-out AirNode drops by World Mobile. That's right. Every single time they've released these, they've sold out, one after another after another. So what is driving this incredible demand?
This is why. This quote from World Mobile gets right to the heart of it. The insane demand for these AirNodes isn't just about the tech. It's a massive shift in how people think. People are tired of just renting their connection from some giant corporation. They want to own a piece of the infrastructure themselves. This is governance and ownership happening on a physical, real-world level.
Okay, so the ecosystem's growing and the community's got the keys. But what about the money? Let's talk about our third and final pillar, the different ways people are actually earning and sharing value.
Check this out. This is value getting sent right back to the people in its most direct form. Mekka Labs is literally giving 7,400 ADA back to its community. It's an airdrop for their NFT holders. The process is dead simple. Prove you're holding the NFT on December 4th, and you get a reward the next day. It is a straight-up thank you to their supporters, paid in the network's own currency.
But this project is playing the long game here.
It's not just about a one-time payment. Holding their NFT isn't just about owning a cool picture. It's about owning a piece of a real business. I mean, look at this. Holders get ongoing rewards from a Bitcoin mining operation. They get access to a sophisticated AI trading bot, and they get big discounts for being heavily invested. They're packing a ton of value into one single asset, creating a long-term reason to stick around that goes way beyond just hype.
And look, there's not just one way to earn. The whole ecosystem caters to different styles. So, if you're the kind of person who likes competition, you can jump into trading battles on platforms like Danogo Finance for a shot at a prize pool. Or, hey, maybe you just want to sit back and earn more passively. You can stake your assets with a project like Surf Protocol and get regular rewards just for supporting the network. There are all these different paths to get involved with the economy.
So there you have it, growth happening on both a global and a grassroots level. Governance, where the community is actively debating and deciding its own future. And rewards flowing back to the people who participate in all these diverse and meaningful ways. These are the three pillars. These are the vital signs of a healthy, living digital nation.
But it does leave you with one big question, right? We've seen the ecosystem expand, we've seen the community take control, and we've seen how value is being shared. But with all these powerful forces at play, the huge global partnerships, the grassroots governance, the direct economic rewards, which one is ultimately going to be the most powerful force in shaping what comes next? Now that's the question to watch.